after having my mother have cancer, all of my grandparents died of cancer, all of the cousins having cancer. I grew up with a very harsh reality of this wasn't going to be an if I get cancer situation, it was going to be a when I get cancer situation. I went through, you have to go through a counseling session, obviously, just to make sure that you're mentally, emotionally prepared for what could be told to you. And I went in with a pretty level head about that as well. And then they draw some blood, and that's it. My results, I got back weeks later, like probably 2 months later. And it was a phone call with the lady again from Saskatchewan. And she was very good. She called me. We had a hour-long conversation or so on what it was and everything like that. And yeah, she was great. And then a copy of the report was sent to me. I felt relief just knowing, having that information to empower me to make the decisions I needed to make. Diet, nutrition, stress management is huge. It's basically looking at the way you live as a holistic approach. Exercise helps mainly with stress management more than anything for me.
How did it affect your relationship with your husband?
It didn't. He might not always enjoy the way I eat, but it hasn't affected anything. He was very supportive throughout the whole process and continues to be supportive with everything I do. My mom is good. She unfortunately lost the sight in her one eye when she had her brain cancer. She went through breast cancer in 2017 and went through treatment for that and is in remission since. But she's a fighter, and it's been a long road for her, but she is positive and has a great outlook on what could be the rest of her life. It's basically just in the back of my mind. I do think about it, though, when I am making decisions in terms of planning out my diet or how I'm going to carry on in everyday life. I do think that you need to really enjoy life while you have it. My mother was in her mid-40s when she was diagnosed with cancer. As I get closer and closer to that age, there's always it in the back of my head of that could be you. And so it's definitely there to travel when I can and spend time with friends and family when I can. And I work really hard right now to try and give myself some freedom down the line, and with that in the back of my head that might be the time I need to take.